doing great. I and mine are doing great. Actually, before that, remember that whatever you do, the first thing that you are supposed to be doing is say thank you to God. So, God, thank you as we begin this live stream. So I hope you and yours are doing great. I and mine, we are great. We are thankful. This is here, the place that we are at is Kisii or Gusii region, you can call it that. My name is Ino_Mark29 and welcome to our YouTube channel. Remember, this channel actually belongs to you and I. So the people watching us from different types, different regions, a bit Nigeria, a bit Kenya. We actually, I did write a list of the people normally or where we are being watched from, but I lost the list. But maybe soon I'll look for it. Yeah, we will try to find the list. We have people watching us from different types of this world, right? So that is something to be proud of and thankful for. So friend, like all, and then we continue, right? So this is checking, trying to know if we are live. Yeah, I'm trying to do it on the other side. So I hope you're doing great. I'm fine, I'm great. I believe maybe you've watched the video that we made for yesterday. Yeah, yesterday's video is actually up on YouTube, and kindly, when you come across this live, kindly subscribe. Yeah, subscribe so that we can continue growing. Yeah, and also we are celebrating 300 subscribers. Yeah, 300 subscribers. Yeah, we've hit 300. We are actually 300 plus. So we are growing and thanks to you. Yeah, this far is thanks to you. So friend, we normally do what we call we will go direct to the bizarre stories. Here we are. I am Ino_. Kindly, if you're watching this, kindly subscribe so that we can continue telling these stories day in, day out. I am Ino_Mark29. As for the first bizarre story, this now the bizarre stories that we normally tell. The first story is the Goldilocks Bulgar, the Goldilocks Bulgar, UK, the year 2014. Now listen to this. A couple returned home to find actually that there is a camera we bought here. Yeah, maybe if you have used it, you can tell us how it functions. I can see somebody has said hello. The name is Nguyen Min. Hello to Nguyen Min. So yesterday we bought this camera. Yeah, it's very tiny. It's a pocket camera. You can maybe hang it on your t-shirt, maybe for those who like what we call cycling, or a dashboard. So it's very new, brand new. You film and the screen is over here. So it's actually 180. It does 180 rotation. So we hope that with this we'll create more content, and kindly subscribe so that we continue creating more content. Nancy Maxi, hello. Nancy Maxi is my sis. Thank you, sis. So this is the camera we bought. We will take it into, maybe we'll try it on tomorrow's video. So on to our world bizarre stories. So story one says the Goldilocks Bulgar, UK. It happened in the year 2014, whereby a couple returned burglar asleep in their bed. Imagine you go out, and then when you come back, I can see Alice Aslia is saying hello to Aslia. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Nancy saying, lady, you go out maybe to grab supper or dinner, or maybe out like the normal outs, and then when you come back, you found that someone broke into your house and cleaned everything, like did clean general. Nancy, give the video like as Aslia. Hello too, thank you very much. Ashley is always commenting on our videos. I appreciate that. So what I was saying is, the first story talks about you go out on maybe a date, you with your person, your lady or your man, and then when you come in, you find that somebody has broken into your house, has cleaned everything. Maybe you know there are people who normally when you go out, like maybe you throw everything on the couch, on the floor, on everywhere. So when you come back, you find that the house is cleaned, like it's really clean, sparkling clean. Your laundry has been washed, everything is clean. And then maybe when you go to your bed, you find that the person who did that cleaning made the cleaning or did the cleaning, finished, then slept on their bed. So what could you have done? That is our first bizarre story them. And then we have the second story, the self-reporting Taliban. This happened in Afghanistan the year 2012. Listen to this. A Taliban commander walked into a police checkpoint, pointed to his wanted posters, and asked for the reward. Yeah, this is a Taliban. Yeah, maybe somebody is asking, who is a Taliban? A Taliban was this Taliban. You understand where it came from. So a Taliban walks into a command. No, this is a Taliban commander now. The guy who is in charge of commanding, like say, hey, you do this, do that. Yeah, the leader now, the commander. The commander walks into a police checkpoint, and then you remember he was wanted, so he walked into a police checkpoint. His poster or his man or capturing this man. So imagine that you're wanted, you come in, the same person, remember, you come in and then you point and say, I want reward for this guy, I'll bring this guy in, so pay me. Yeah, you know, normally there are those notorious criminals. They normally whenever maybe the government is unable to track them or to arrest them, the government gives like a reward, like if you have information that will lead to us arresting this particular person or criminal, then we will reward you either 2 million, 5 million, a million, a quarter million, yeah, and that or so on. So this guy is wanted and then walks in to a police checkpoint, sees his photo, points at it and says, hey, give me the reward so that I can bring this guy in. And he's the same person. So that is our second story. On to our third story. Stealing human toes. Yeah, that is shocking. Stealing human toes. This happened in Canada the year 2018. Now listen to this. A man was arrested for stealing human toes from a Body Worlds exhibit. Yeah, a man was arrested for stealing human toes. So now the funny thing is, where was this guy taking these toes? Yeah, that is the question I've also been asking myself. But plastinates, human bodies that have been preserved using plastination process. And maybe what is plastination method? Test with synthetic materials like silicone resins. Yeah, so that is what we call plastination process. It's a technique of preservation of animal and the human tissue by which body fluids and fat are replaced with the synthetic materials like silicone resins. So that is the process of plastination. Now this guy who used to go, nobody knows. Yeah, all right, so we move ahead. That is our third story, third bizarre stories. Yeah, that is shocking. Imagine whereby someone comes, steals what we call toes, the toes of a human, steals them, goes with them, disappears, and nobody knows where he used to take them. And feet mystery. This happened in Canada. The year, no, this has actually been happening. It's not like it happened once or maybe long time ago and it ended. It's still happening, and people are really wondering like what is happening. Now listen to this. The severed feet mystery, Canada, from the year 2007 up to today, like up to present, currently. It happens rarely, but not as much, but it happens. Now what is that? Listen. Multiple human feet have washed ashore on the coast of British Columbia over several years, often still in running shoes, leading to many theories. Yeah, what I was saying is we said we'll hit 500 and then from 500 we hit higher, we aim higher to 1,000, right? Thank you. So the severed feet mystery, Canada, 2007 to present. Multiple human feet have washed ashore on the coast of British Columbia over several years, often still in running shoes, leading to many theories. Somebody might be asking, what do you mean by severed feet? Severed feet, this having like your feet, it's your feet, then after you wear your shoes, remember, and then yes, that happens. That is a British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, it happens even as of to date, since 2000, the year 2007. So they come. Those feet are normally found like in shoes, like it a feet wearing shoes, but it's cut. It's a mystery actually. So they say this has been happening severally. It actually began from British Columbia, and this happens so much as possible. The fifth story is about the dead woman witness. This happened in the USA the year 1977. Listen. A respiratory therapist's murder was solved when a co-worker claimed to be possessed by the victim and provided details leading to the killer. So this is a respiratory therapist. A respiratory therapist is this is a health professional trained to evaluate and treat people who have breathing problems or other lung disorders. So there is this lady, this therapist died. After she died, nobody had any idea of how she died, but she died, and then after she died, the co-worker, so that we can finish. So the after she died, now her murder was not resolved. So it took some time, but she died. And then the co-worker kept receiving what we call visions. Yeah, maybe for example, if I take myself as an example, my co-worker passes on, and then nobody knows what happened. Nobody completely. And then I keep receiving visions. Yeah, visions like what happened. Somebody came while she was working, and then hit her head, and she went down and maybe cut her throat, things like that. So I keep receiving such visions, and then I take the visions to the police. I tell them what I received. The co-worker kept receiving visions of how the guy looked, how it happened, and then explained it to the police. I think we will actually, like, we'll cut our live. Maybe let's continue a little. Onto the sixth mystery, the Great M War. It happened in the year 1932. That is a very long time ago. After World War I, the Australian government deployed soldiers with machine guns to fight off 20,000 mass destroying crops in Western Australia. The birds were so agile and resilient that the military eventually withdrew. They said, no, we cannot do this. The view effectively is really trust guarding them. Like from maybe external wars and maybe at times internal. So birds, these birds were so like they were so intense. The fight was so intense. These guys, the military, they had machine guns. Your machine guns are not like small weapons. Machine guns. When you talk of a machine gun, maybe for those who understand this, they know what a machine gun is. These guys had machine guns and 20,000 a mass. These are birds, a mass, which were destroying crops, overpowered them. And the military with the drill said no. They carried their hands up and said no, we cannot continue. So they withdrew. The birds, they mass won. This was the year 1932, a very long time ago. Moving on to the seventh bizarre story. The 1904 Olympic Marathon. Now in a car for 11 miles. Hitching is like moving something from one place to another using a car jack. So this guy hitched a ride in a car for 11 miles. Like you move it using a car jack for 11 miles. You can imagine that. And then there is a runner who was chased a mile off course by wild dogs. Imagine you are competing and then wild dogs appear from nowhere all of a sudden and they begin chasing you for 11. There is what we call, and another who nearly died after swallowing rat poison known as strychnine, maybe strychnine, mixed with brandy as an energy booster. Imagine whereby you swallow I do not really know whether to laugh or maybe to sympathize. Imagine whereby someone, the rain is not really giving us easy time. Kindly, if you are watching this, subscribe. Yeah, I'm trying to finish this bizarre to try and see whether it will calm at least for us to finish. We are only remaining with 3 bizarre stories. Yeah, let me repeat that. It says the 1904 Olympic Marathon, whereby often called the strangest race ever ran. This event in St. Louis, USA, featured a winner who hitched a ride in a car for 11 miles. A runner, that is the first one, and then there is a runner chased a mile off course by wild dogs, and another who nearly died after swallowing rat poison known as strychnine mixed with brandy as an energy. So that is the strangest race ever. I mean marathon. This happened in the Olympic, remember? Yeah, that is our 7th story. I believe that we will finish before the rain comes. So bear with me, kindly bear with me. And then we have the 8th story. It says the Cadaver Synod. This happened in the year 897, the year AD, 897 AD. It says, in one of the most macabre legal proceedings in history, Pope Stephen VI had the corpse of his predecessor, Pope Firmus, exhumed. Then, after exhuming the body of his predecessor, dressed in papal robes and placed on a throne to stand trial for various crimes. The corpse was found guilty and its fingers were chopped off. That is what, yeah, you heard that right. It says the Cadaver Synod 890 of his predecessor was Pope Firmus exhumed. Then, after exhuming the body of his predecessor, he dressed him in papal robes. After dressing him, he placed him on a throne to stand trial. He had made so many crimes, so he had to stand trial for, okay, unfortunately for this one, he sat, not stand trial. So, and placed on throne to stand trial for various crimes. So this Pope had made various crimes and it was time for him to, even though he died, remember this Pope Famousus, I mean Pope Stephen the Sixth died, was buried, but the Pope who took over from him came and exhumed his body and said properly. After dressing him properly, he sat him on the throne, and then they read the crimes he committed. There were witnesses. After the witnesses confessed, he was found guilty. Yeah. After he was found guilty, to stand trial. After he was found guilty, what did they do? They chopped off his fingers. That is the 8th story. On to the 9th story. The mushroom murderer. Now listen to this. In the year, I'll be giving some stories. You can comment over there. I'll read your comments. Yeah. So kindly subscribe. Yeah, we are not reading the stories anymore because there is too much rain. As soon as the rain maybe is out, we will continue. Yeah. Yes. So also we are talking about this camera. What do you know about? That's Wi-Fi over here. Wi-Fi. I will trying to move. Use the rear part. I will put a flash. This cover there. And then it uses Type C. Type C cable. And then there is this other side over here. Hi to Sharon Migambo. Hello. So what do you know about this camera? Maybe power it up. Fan is saying donate $1,000. Fan, what do you mean? Donate $1,000. You want to give me $1,000? I'll appreciate that. Yeah. Sharon is saying nice. Thank you, Sharon. So I was talking about this camera over here. We were actually talking about bizarre stories, and then the rain came, so we changed the topic. And so this is the power on, and then the picture is actually upside down. See? When if I turn, my head turns. We turn together. Farhan is asking, where are you from? Farhan, I'm from Kenya. Kenya is in the East Africa. Africa, that is. I believe I've answered you, Farhan. So tomorrow, friend, we will be taking this small camera of ours. Unfortunately, you cannot see clearly. I'm trying to at least show you. You cannot see clearly. Farhan, I believe I've answered you, friend. You asked where am I from? Unfortunately, no. I cannot speak Malaysian. I only know of English and Swahili. Yeah? I only know 2 languages and my mother tongue, which is Kisii. So tomorrow, Farhan, kindly subscribe, kindly friend, subscribe so that we can continue growing. So friend, tomorrow we are going to take this baby over here on trial, like we'll be filming using her. It also supports Wi-Fi. Somewhere there, I believe you can see Wi-Fi. Yeah, supports Wi-Fi. So this what we'll use tomorrow. The lens is rotatable. You can rotate that way. somehow hard, but it gives you a 180 degrees. You see? Yeah, it is. Yeah, rotatable, and then you can rotate it back. To the front. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we have for tomorrow. Okay. I've never used it before. Yeah. Okay, I think we are done. Now it's time to power it off. This is the power off. This is the up, down, and then okay. So power off. Oh, it's brand new. The box is over here. They are mostly used by hikers. Yeah, I also at times I hike. I do hiking, so the next time I'll be going for hikes, I'll be going hiking, I believe this is what I'll carry. Yeah, it has a clip over here whereby you maybe hang to your clothes or to your hat somewhere, then move along. So tomorrow. So friend, we've been here for the past 32 minutes, and unfortunately we are here because the rains cannot at least give us a break so that we can finish our bizarre stories. But we will. I'm not cutting this live stream until we finish, right? And also when you come across it, as Nancy has said, remember to click the notification bell so that we can continue growing, improving our numbers. I was cleaning this, so we are good. Maybe it's time to return her into her box, into her bed. Yeah. Also, the people who have happen to have like the new YouTubers, yeah. Or if you are a new YouTuber, you can put your name over there. Maybe ask us to support you by subscribing. Yeah, we are not selfish. Yeah, remember we are here to help one another grow. So if you are a new YouTuber and you want to be supported, like your channel, you need support for your channel, you can just put it there, comment there. And so remember to subscribe to this channel so that we can also support you. Yeah, we are here to help one another. And remember, as we said when we were beginning the video, the live, we said you have to first, what you do first before even you begin your life, you thank God. You say thank you to God if you are a believer. I know that people who do not believe. The other day I got a message over here while we were doing our live. Somebody asked me, he was calling himself Indian atheist. So he asked me, are you a Christian? I told him, yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah. So I believe he does not believe in God. So we have different types of people. So but whoever you believe in, or whatever you believe in, make sure before you begin anything, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you begin recording, when you begin your work, say thank you to God, right? Yeah. Remember to do that always. Always. As I promised, we are not ending this live before we finish our stories. We are remaining with actually 2. Number 9 and 10. And remember, we normally do this each and every day. Yeah. Each and every day we do this. Yeah. So the rains are not really slowing down. But we are not ending this video. I promise you, we are not. So Farhan, you are asking me if I can speak Malaysian. Maybe, why? Like, what's the reason? Why are you asking me this? Farhan, kindly respond. Oh, I think I understand. Farhan, he wanted to give me $1,000 for speaking Malaysian. So I've lost that, Farhan. I accept I've lost it. Yeah? It's actually one. Let me confirm. No, it's $10,000. If so Farhan told me if I can speak Malaysian, he can give me $10,000. I think Farhan was kidding. You're not serious. Yeah. Nancy Maxi is saying rains are blessings. Let them continue pouring down. Yeah. We love the blessings actually. We are grateful. You see, it has been raining since the weekend, since Friday actually, last week. So the rains have been raining. Though it has taken a very long time. Yeah? Since December last year, it has never rained. It only drizzled like twice and then it disappeared completely. So the rains are now here. We are grateful. We are not complaining. Nobody is complaining. We are grateful. So friend, we will be here until the rain stop and then we finish our life. Yeah? That is what we will do. So if maybe you have a question, this is the time to ask it. The question. I'm here to answer those questions or that question. Yeah? And also remember to subscribe and comment. Yeah? I'm just going through your comments. I think I read Nguyen Min. I think I read your comments. Nancy Maxi, I did. Somebody known as Asia Metua channel. Asia Metua channel. I read your comment. You said hello. And then we have Sharon Megambo said hi. Farhan, I read your comment whereby you wanted to donate $10,000. And then we have, those are the comments we actually have so far. And I'm really trying to at least. Okay. We are not complaining. We are grateful. It's raining heavily. Let me show you. Yeah. That is what is happening over here. Yeah. I believe we are at least now. We're somewhere better. Yeah. I'm trying to write something down. So friend, I believe like now, right now the rain is at least slowing down, to at least give us some time to finish. Yeah, to finish our story. Though there is some still drizzling. I believe. Okay, let me try. I want to at least check on the sound, if maybe you can hear me, so that we continue. Right? I want to at least hear if you can hear me, that is. Poor. There is too much noise from the iron sheets. Yeah? So meanwhile, we relax. And wait for it to come, and then we continue. Yeah? Farhan is telling me to say control. Farhan, what does that mean actually? Maybe I do not want to insult somebody. Yeah, there is a lot of rain here. I'm listening to music from the rain. Farhan, what do you mean by that? If you can hear me. You did not tell me to say that. I apologize to whoever heard that. So what I'll do is I apologize to whoever heard that, what Farhan told me to say. It's not a good word. And that is unethical from Farhan. Yeah. So my phone is actually almost going off before we finish what we began. That is what I'm trying to charge it. So it's impossible. Maybe I'll try another way. Yeah. I'll try another way, a different way. Yeah, we are almost resuming actually the rains I can hear. That was an insult. So okay, maybe we are good. Yeah, I'm really struggling here. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Be good. Okay. Right. So I think the rains are going. We've been here for the past 1 hour 16 minutes. That's a lot of time. So I want us to conclude. Yeah, maybe a few more minutes so that we can, is when you can hear me clearly. Yeah, I believe actually, friend, I believe the rains have stopped. So we conclude, or we finish what we started. Remember, kindly when you come across this channel, remember to like, comment, subscribe, so that, okay, for the ones who maybe are insulting or sending insulting messages, kindly stop that. Yeah. So we are at the second last. The second last was saying the mushroom murderer. Now listen to this. In the year 2023, an Australian woman, Erin Patterson, hosted lunch where she served beef Wellington containing deadly death cap mushroom. 3 of her guests died, while her ex-husband, who was supposed to be there, missed the meal. So who do you think this poison was meant to kill? Yeah, the mushroom murderer. In 2023, an Australian woman, Erin Patterson, hosted a lunch where she served beef Wellington containing deadly death cap mushroom. 3 of our guests died, and then while her ex, like, you invite people to your house, you serve them. Maybe they were supposed to be there with your ex-husband, so they were supposed to be actually the ex-husband and the 3 people. So unfortunately for the ex-husband, he missed coming to lunch. So the people who had already gotten there, they were served lunch, they ate happily, and they died. They died. So it's like God was protecting this ex-husband. Maybe this poison was meant for him. So these other 3 people, they were called, like, I mean, they were just caught in between. They were collateral damage. Yeah. So this is actually a lesson, like, do not go into anybody's house. Do not actually eat anywhere. Eat where you trust somebody, at least, or where there are people you trust, right? Yeah, these are lesson actually, even to myself, like eating in anybody's house is really tricky. So be very, very careful, be very cautious. Yeah, do not go around eating in anybody's house. You should mind what you eat, where you bites snake back. In July 2024, those were 2 years ago, a railway worker in India was bitten by a snake while sleeping. In a fit revenge, he bit the snake back twice, killing the reptile while he himself survived after treatment. Let me repeat that. Man bites snake back. In July 2024, a railway worker in India was bitten by a snake while the treatment. For example, I'm sleeping and then unfortunately a snake comes in, bites me while I'm asleep. So when I wake up, I realize, wow, I'm bitten, like maybe on my leg, my hand, my stomach, or my head, twice. He beat it twice. Also after beating it, bite, that is the past tense of beat. So he beat it twice and then he killed it. Obviously he was biting it, he was using his mouth. He killed it, the snake bite. But unfortunately for him, he survived the snake bite. Unfortunately for the snake, it did live stream right now. It's been 1 hour and 27 minutes. So we've really taken a very long time. We normally take at least 30 minutes. So today, because of rain, we couldn't continue. We had to pause. We continued. So I've really enjoyed your company. It's around 4:17 p.m. in the evening here in East Africa. So thank you very much. Remember, I told you tomorrow we are taking our new camera for trial. Some were a bit went overboard. Yeah, trial. Some were a bit went overboard. Yeah. So here we are. All right. So thank you very much. Have a remember to always keep peace. All right. So bye for now.